Alrighty, my friends. So tonight we're going to talk about whenever we are given one set of, like one pair of numbers, and whenever we have to find the rule that goes with that. So this is actually a lot easier, okay, because they tell us what the ratio is. 1 gallon of water is equal to 8 pints of water, okay? Find a rule that tells how many pints are in G gallons. So whenever you see that, so this is your variable. This is your unknown, like we've talked about with strip diagrams and UPS check and equations. This is your variable that you're solving for. So whatever number I could put in here, you tell me what the rule is to finding how many pints that is equal to. The rule that's going to work every single time. So this is super easy. So let's go ahead and make our input-output table with the rule in the middle. This is going to be a super short, right? Super short one. So we're going to have input, output, and in the middle we will have rule. So it says that 1 gallon of water is equal to 8 pints, right? So this would technically be gallons, and this would be pints. All right? So 5 gallons and pints, 1 gallon is equal to 8 pints. So there's two ways that I could get from 1 to 8, because if I'm going from 1 to 8, am I getting bigger or am I getting smaller? Well, I'm getting bigger, right? So I'm either going to be multiplying or I'm going to be adding. Multiplying or adding. Okay? So I could either be multiplying 1 times something equals 8, 1 times 8 equals 8, or I could be adding 1 plus something equals 8, 1 plus 7, okay? So I'm gonna give you some keywords to look for in situations like this. If it says 1 gallon is equal to 8 pints, well, that means that for 2 gallons, how many pints will that be equal to? 2 gallons, well, that would be 8 plus 8. Well, what's 8 plus 8? What is 8 plus 8? 16, right? So if I have 2 gallons, it's going to be 16 pints. If I had 3 gallons, it would be 8 plus 8 plus 8, which equals what? Basically 16 plus 8, 24, okay? So that's how I would set this up. I would go out a couple so that you can see, well, if 1 gallon is 8 pints, well, 2 gallons would be 8 plus 8, which would be 16. 3 gallons would be 8 plus 8 plus 8, which is 24, et cetera, okay? So then you got to check, right? So 1 times 8. Does 1 times 8 equal 8? It does. It does. So now we have to check the rest of them, right? We have to check it for all of the number pairs in our t-chart. What is 2 times 8? Well, isn't 2 times 8 the same as adding 8 twice? Wouldn't that equal 16? It would. And 3 times 8, wouldn't that be equal to 8 plus 8 plus 8, which is 24? It is. So that's how you figure that out. So it ended up being this. In the first one that I tried, it worked. So guess what? We found our rule. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nifty? So in this situation, we would now write an equation to tell what the rule is. And in this situation, it ends up becoming this right here. It would be, so it says how many pints are in G gallons, so it would be whatever G is, however many gallons you're talking about. So we're going to say rule is, oops, let's not do an equal sign. Rule, that's just a dash, okay, would be G times 8. And that would equal the pints. Equals pints. Okay, whatever the gallons, however many gallons you're talking about, multiply that times 8, and that'll give you how many pints there are. All right, let's look at one more. Let's use a different color for this one, because that's kind of making my brain hurt. All right, so it says 1 quart of water. 1 quart of water is equal to 4 cups of water. One quart of water is equal to 4 cups of water. Find a rule that tells how many cups of water are equal to, or excuse me, are in Q quarts. Are in Q quarts. That's just meaning that Q is representing the number of quarts. That's all that means. Like G gallons, Q quarts, all that means is that we are trying to figure out how many cups would be in any number of quarts, okay? Same kind of thing here, guys. So I'm going to draw my input-output table. So we've got, let's do input, output, and this in the middle would be the rule, okay? And my input in this case is equal to the number of quarts, and my output is the number of cups. All right, so 1 quart is equal to 4 cups. So let's fill that in. Oops, let's use the green. Come on now, Miss Hargrove. 1 quart is 4 cups. Well, is 1 getting bigger or smaller when it turns into 4? It's getting bigger, so I'm going to multiply or add. Multiply or add. And so what would be our two options? 1 times what equals 4? 1 times 4 equals 4. Or I could do 1 plus something equals 4. 1 plus 3. In this case, guys, when it's telling you that 1 quart of water is equal to 4 cups, that's like saying each quart has 4 cups in it, okay? When it says that that is equal, it means that each quart has 4 cups in it. So if I had a quart of water, I could get 4 cups of water out of it. So each means I'm going to be doing what? Multiplying. So again, let's do what we did before. So if I had 2 quarts or 3 quarts, 2 quarts would mean that I add 4 cups twice, right? I have 4 cups for the first quart plus 4 cups for the second quart, and that would be 8. Okay? For 3 quarts, well, that would mean that I have 4 cups for the first quart, 4 cups for the second quart, 4 cups for the third quart, and that would be 12, right? So one time, let's try the plus 3, okay? So 1 plus 3 equals 4. Does everybody agree? Yes. All right, well, what is 2 plus 3? Remember, because our next step is to check it for all the other number pairs in our T-chart. 2 plus 3 equals, well, let's say 2, 3, 4, 5. Uh-oh, I have an 8 right here. Guess what happened? It didn't work. That means we need to check a rule with the other operation, okay? So let's erase this. I will cross this out. And let's check times 4. Does 1 times 4 equal 4? Yes. What about 2 times 4? What does 2 times 4 equal? Let's count 2. 2, 4, 6, 8. So 2 times 4 does equal 8. What about 3 times 4? 3, 6, 9, 12, right? 3 times 4 does equal 12. So in this case, our rule would be that Q for quarts, whatever number of quarts we're dealing with, times 4 would equal the number of cups, no matter what Q is, because our rule, what? Is always the same, no matter how far down you go. Even if this was 128 quarts, you would still multiply times 4 to find out how many cups that is. All right? Thanks for watching, my friends. Talk to you tomorrow.